to Ye. So that's Kanye West's new name, Ye. He had agreed to buy the self-styled, unconsiderable social media platform Parler. That's a social media Parler.
Really?
Yes.
I'm not.
So it's a company in the United States.
Oh, okay.
The company has announced last week the star's Twitter and Instagram accounts were locked after he posted anti-Semitic messages.
Anti what?
Semitic messages.
Okay.
Parler is used mainly by U.S. conservatives and describes itself as a free speech alternative to mainstream platforms. Ye posted, "We will never have to fear being removed from social media again." So that is what he tweeted later on when he announced that he will be buying the platform. The announcement on PR Newswire reveals later about the terms of the deal. It says, under the terms of the agreement in principle, the parties intend to enter into a definitive purchase agreement and expect to close during the fourth quarter of 2022. The deal will include ongoing technical support from the company. It adds, Parler has struggled to remain relevant in recent months after an explosion in growth after the US elections in 2022. In 2020. According to Sensor Tower, the app was downloaded 90,000 times last month globally, compared to 9 million downloads for Twitter. So Twitter had 9 million downloads last month, and Parler had 90,000. That was quite bad for them. So that's the news coming from the United States that Parler is being bought by Kanye West. Let's move on to what's trending on Twitter. And we have Captain Smart being sued or being threatened to be sued by the government over Galamsey comment. So Onya FM on Onya FM last week, Captain Smart, who is the host of the morning show, said that President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo is involved in Galamsey. So the government wasn't really happy about what he said, and they issued a statement. If you permit me to read some portion of the statement.
Of course, we want to hear what you have to say. So let us hear.
Okay, so the statement says that the President of the Republic, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, has never been and is not involved in Galamsey. The content propagated in the video is false. So there was a video that was in circulation that was made by Captain Smart and malicious without merit. It is moving on. The government has decided to refer the matter to the National Media Commission for review and application. It is, however, imperative to note that the administration it is, however, imperative that the aforementioned action is without prejudice to the government's right to seek further legal action against Mr. Smart on your FM and Media General. So that's what is coming from the government side. That's what Captain Smart said was wrong, and that's they are giving the matter to the NMC to look at it, and if further, they have the right to go to court on it. The second one is the finance minister is doing fantastic, said the president. So on Twitter, people are asking President Akufo-Addo to sack the finance minister because they believe he's doing poorly or
Is
abysmal.
it because of the rise in the
Yes, and today the economy is very, very hard. Everyone is agreeing to that everything is hard in the country. Now, this came in because the UK Finance Minister Mr. Kwesi Kwarteng was dismissed after just 8 weeks in office because the people of UK felt his policies are causing hardship in the country. The finance minister, Boken Oforiatta, is doing very, very, very well. So
Wow.
in that case, he's not going to sack him.
Eh,
Yes, Ghanaians are not really happy about the comment though, but what can they do?
what can I do?
What can we do? We'll only wait for it, and that's will be the end of our turns today.
All right. Thank you so much, John Patrick.
Yeah,
That was wonderful.
welcome. Value Radio.
Radio 97.7. I am your host, Mavis. I want to
That's
stop
it.
using my phone.
That's your name.
I know, but I need to
No, this is too. You can choose. You can use a different. You can just use a completely different name.
I mentioned it's the Metaverse. Now, I'm sure some have heard of Metaverse, others too haven't. But don't worry, today we would dissect it and give you details. So stay tuned. Hey guys, I'm not in the studio alone. I have some nice gentlemen with me over here. Starting from my right is Kobina Amwa. Pa. Pa, let's hear from you.
Uh, Hello, thank you for having me.
Yeah.
I am Kobna Amwa, as aforementioned, and I'm here to join you guys for this talk.
Yeah. And next is Patrick, John Patrick. He gave us the tech trends. I would like him to still introduce himself and say something
Oh,
small.
I'm already John Patrick's. Yeah, hi.
Yeah. Say hi to the camera. I want to see your face.
Yeah,
All right. So today's topic is on metaverse. Before anything, before we actually go into the discussion, we want to know what metaverse is. So please tell us something about, what the name metaverse means.
okay, so before I go to even define or describe what it is, we should understand that the world of technology is all about evolving to advancement and bringing on the developments that gradually unwind the traditional ideas and concepts. In the similar case of the metaverse, so it's a word that has gained global consideration in the last few months. The concept of metaverse was introduced long ago by a science fiction writer, Neil Stephenson, in 1992.
Wow.
He has used the word to describe a 3D virtual space. However, it's now witnessing inescapable popularity ever since Facebook revealed that it would rebrand as Meta. All in all, the prevalence of metaverse platforms has sparked countless questions in various ways, and that's what today we are going to look at. It. So, what is this metaverse we are talking about? So, we
Yeah.
say that it's a virtual world with shared 3D virtual spaces operated through multiple virtual tools. So, we know a virtual space is actually not a real space,
Okay.
but it's just a digital space.
Okay.
Okay, where it will involve multiple devices
Okay. More
being
like
used.
how the internet is not a place, but you go to the internet.
Very sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
That's good.
that is what metaverse actually is. So it is a digital world where everything would be online in an immersive 3D real-like environment. In the digital or virtual universe, people would be able to create their personalized metaverse avatars, coexist with other avatars, and explore all different platforms in it. So this is the metaverse. Just look at it as a virtual or a digital space somewhere. Yeah. So that is where we are going.
Okay. Pa, tell us something small. What is the metaverse?
So, I'm just going to use for simple English. So we know we have a universe. So just from the word universe, you have the verse in the name metaverse just represents like some kind of universe that is created only that is virtual,
Okay.
and you can exist in it within different places at different times, spend time with different people.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's pretty much what the metaverse is. It's not really that complicated. It just those small pieces of the people's lives, but on a virtual platform.
Okay. So when we mention a metaverse, what are we to look out for?
Um, the metaverse. When you say metaverse, you're just looking for a virtual life, like your whole life, virtually. So if you look at, for instance, there's this movie that was made that came out a few years, well, a year back, um, Free Guy. Free Guy is like a video game where people enter into the video game using virtual reality goggles, and then they play the games there.
Mhm.
And the metaverse is like that. So you go in virtually,
Okay.
and you could get to play games. You get to even the musicians who have their music shows there, and so you could join those. There's all kinds of things I could that under normal circumstances in reality we can't have,
Mm-hmm.
but then there you have, and it provides the opportunity where you live your life as if you are in a video game. That,
As if you're in a video game. I
yeah.
mean, are you in the video game or it's as if you're in a video game?
Well, you can do mundane things like cook, eat, all those things there,
All that in the
all that
you
in
know,
it.
we'll get to that
Yeah,
one
we
later.
get it.
Yes, Patrick.
Yeah, so we I want to add that the metaverse is actually a booming place now,
Yeah.
where many businesses or companies are investing into. So companies like Facebook, Fortnite, and Decentraland. No, Decentraland, I think we'll be talking about it later, but
Yeah.
let me give a gist. They sell virtual lands.
Okay.
What we mean by virtual lands is that you see the land,
Mm-hmm.
but it's virtual. You buy it and then you see a physical land. You get me? You don't need to move to the land to the physical place to inspect to buy the place. But you just see the whole thing in a digital form first. If you like it, you buy, then you get your papers and everything done on it. So these companies are all working on trying up. I think you are getting confused here.
Yes,
Don't worry,
yes, wait.
we will get to some of
Okay.
the benefits of this metaverse, and we'll delve into some of these things
Okay.
into
I want to ask, how different is it how different is it from buying a land online
Mhm.
and buying a land in the metaverse?
So in the metaverse getting you are seeing something as real. You are
Mhm.
seeing and feeling. You can even touch and walk on the land.
Wow.
You
Wow.
get me?
Yes.
But while you are sitting at your home, you
Mm-hmm.
get me?
Mm,
Yes, but you having to buy something online is just you seeing pictures of the land
yeah.
and then moving on to getting to see. But this, you move on it, inspect, walk around to see if it is good and check everything that you need to in it. So that is what happens at the it is a reality, a virtual reality. So it's just not as in our physical as we are saying, but that's what you may feel. Everything will look as if or as though it is real, but it is actually a digital area that
Okay.
or something that's happening here.
Okay. So I want to ask, is the metaverse, I mean, is it something that is there right now, or it's something that they are only talking about, hoping, I mean, expecting it?
Okay, I'm just going to come in. The metaverse is something that is going on right now. Recently, the newest version or the newest creation that came from there is Sandbox.
Okay.
Yes, and most of what goes on there is music shows. So musicians go there, put their music on or perform virtually, and
Mm-hmm.
people join them. And there are a whole lot of games there. It's just continuously developing something. So everybody is allowed to make their changes when it comes to what they want in their, you could say, their universe or their verse of their version of the metaverse. And so it's continuously developing. It never stops.
Okay. So what are the features of the metaverse? The features of the metaverse.
Okay, so I'm going to look at the features of it. So features will be like the characteristics
Yeah.
of it then. So it is going to employ a digital 3D avatars. So the digital 3D avatar is one of the key aspects of metaverse technology. Users can seamlessly create their digital replica. So you can create yourself,
Like
maybe
more like a cartoon of
no,
yourself.
yes, yourself,
Okay.
looking more real like yourself. You get it?
Okay.
Yes, while entering a metaverse platform, and then continue and then control these avatars and experience or have some experience with the other ones as well. So not just their replicas, but the users can also create an avatar of their own preference. So then the avatar enables the user to commit actions like run, you jump, feel, touch, talk to people.
Yeah.
In an idealistic metaverse, the users can completely control these avatars with the help of AR, which is augmented reality,
Mm-hmm.
and then the VR, the virtual reality.
Okay.
So these are some technologies we can use in the metaverse. So that's one of the um,
The
features.
features. Yeah.
So another one is it is completely immersive user experience. So you are just going to feel the thing, just going to be happy, just going to have everything to yourself.
Enjoyment.
You get it to the fullest. You get it.
Yeah.
So the metaverse creates a truly immersive user experience for the users where they can seamlessly engage using all the senses like sight, hearing, touch, smell.
Can you taste? Because
Yes, you are going to feel everything.
you eat. I mean, it's virtual. How are you going to be eating?
Good. So I think we'll be getting to the benefits of it and we'll be mentioning some of these things
Okay.
proper. So let us stay within line and
Yeah.
then
Sure.
we move on.
Alright.
Yeah. So it's also because the AR, as I said, the augmented reality and the VR metaverse technology involves elements like multi-definition sounds and surrounds images that enable user to have real-like experience. The metaverse can also require the use of technologies like the omnidirectional treadmills, the haptic bodysuit. So these suits, when you wear it
Mm-hmm.
in the metaverse, you can do everything. You feel so. That's when someone touches you there,
Mm-hmm.
you feel the touch
Wow.
in reality.
Wow.
Yes. So
This metaverse there actually.
This metaverse thing, it has been introduced in order to explain to listeners, it's been introduced in a lot of movies.
Mhm.
And if you've watched this series,
No, I've
Upload,
not
if
watched
you've
it.
if you've seen it, it's about a man who he died,
Mhm.
and he got his brain uploaded to a cloud software, something virtual world,
Mhm.
where you could still be you are alive, but it would mean that your family members will have to be. Long story short, if you want to meet your family members, you need to wear, uh, the suit, the haptic suit,
Mhm.
and you need to have an omnidirectional treadmill. It's like a normal treadmill, only that it's not for running. It's just for being able to move in any direction you want. So
Okay, but
uh,
at the same place.
at the same place.
Okay.
So you if you want to even work out, cry, I don't know
Yeah.
why you do that, but you could work out like that with that. And so just like in that, if you've seen that series, you'd understand that you get to wear that suit and then speak to your family members who maybe physically are dead but their brains have been uploaded there,
Mhm.
and you get to do all kinds of things with them,
Yeah.
and that's how it is for the metaverse too.
Okay.
I
Um,
think we continue.
yeah, unfortunately for the metaverse, they haven't been able to. Well, from what I've been seeing and what I've tried to use when it comes to that, it's more of a 2D type of depiction of people. So you don't
Mhm.
exactly see you see them in box like Minecraft.
Okay.
So but it's very nice. And then real time 3D spaces. So the places are what 3D, and in the metaverse users can participate and experience real time 3D uh, spaces and locations. These virtual spaces can either be a whole location, so maybe a whole specific
Like you
location.
say, the whole of Valley View.
Yes,
Yeah. You can feel the Valley View Church.
Wow.
There, you see
yeah.
the chapel and
It
see
would
your
be nice.
favorite place you've been sitting, and then you sit there and then you
Yeah.
feel the same thing.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
with the spaces, you should just have something like. So the metaverse will just be like with this feature. So you want to go to church,
Yeah.
you get it, but this time around you are not going to the physical place, but
Yeah.
on
You
the
be in your
Sabbath you
you be in
stay
your
in your
room
room
and then you go to
while
Wear
you're
the
having
VR. It would be
your
nice.
VR, you're having your gloves, you're having your suit on,
Mhm.
then you are just in your bedroom
Wow.
Then you
Watch.
see the whole place,
Yeah, people
like
go to
set
church.
live place.
You see,
You
it's
see
nice.
your follow
Probably you go to church.
Oh,
members.
like I'll go.
Pastor comes to preach, and of course they take the offering and
Yeah.
tithes.
Mm.
So you just it's
The
your
money
whole
they'll pay
thing.
money.
Yeah,
go to
they
Yeah,
church.
actually
no,
have a
no.
currency
Then
on
it comes
Wow.
on
as in
and
coins
maybe
or something.
yeah,
I'm sure that one is in the pipeline. We talk about it.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Right.
then all these things, and before you realize you are done with church. Meanwhile, you are just
Yeah,
in the
you've
bed
been in
with
the house.
Charlie.
Yeah.
Hey.
You know, there's even a learning version of, but it's somewhat related to the metaverse. This was, I think most of us IT students have heard of the microverse. If you've used microverse before, it is like it's like you learn how to do well for those who want to learn programming and whatnot. So if you use the microverse, you get to learn any programming language
Mhm.
on there with other people.
Okay.
So you'll be moving around in their virtual world where you go to different classrooms, different levels. It's like the game, but you be learning. So
Okay.
yeah, it's also like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Patrick's going to do the features.
Okay, so another feature is interoperability
Okay.
in the sense that in the metaverse, it's connected on a network, series of network coming together to work. So it needs that other devices needs to be able to communicate. So there's a cross-platform. It supports that. Other than that, it can't really work well. So that's one of the features of it. Then it is interactive, highly interactive. So another feature of the technology is that users can have real-time interaction and engagement with AR and VR metaverse technology. Users can connect with other users in the virtual venue through the functionality of digital avatars. So, as I said, you are in the church and you feel like communicating to your fellow member
Mm.
who you wanted to see
Okay.
in real and have the communication. Anything you wanted
This
to
one will be
say.
like turn to your neighbor and say you are blessed.
Yeah.
Good. And
Ah,
you turn and
you do
say
it like
you
that.
are blessed. Everyone will just turn and
Oh,
say
okay.
you are blessed. Everything looks so real
Wow,
and communication perfect. Very perfect one. Yeah.
that's nice.
So the last one I would say is this persistent. So the virtual world in the metaverse will exist irrespective of time and place. It is going to be real time, persistent in the long run, where the digital worlds and activity never come on hold,
Okay.
just like the real world. So our real world never
Mhm.
comes on hold.
Yeah.
Everything still moves on.
Yeah.
If you are
No
crying,
matter what you're
it's still
doing, time is still like
yeah.
Yeah.
If you are crying, we are still moving.
True.
Anything that happens, so it's just going to be like that. Just going to be like that. So in simple terms, the technology will continue to exist and function even after the users leave the virtual spaces or the platform or the venues. It is still there.
Wow.
You know, and let me just chip this in. One of the things I like about this whole method is the fact that it's multi-device. Any device you want to use to connect and you want to even be on the platform, you're allowed to use it. You might be limited because maybe you don't have a VR goggle or something, but there will always be functionalities that would allow you to say if you want to move left, move right, if you want to talk to somebody, your microphone be on, if you need, you know, all that is there. And you know, with phones now, I think on the iPhone, there's this new emoji type thing where as you are moving, it moves with your head. Even with Snapchat, you see how features or filters
Yeah.
follow your face and everything. So
Yeah.
as you are looking around,
Mhm.
so is your camera will be doing that for you.
Okay. Now I want to ask some questions. It's on my mind. Will we be doing Zoom meeting in the metaverse?
Why do you need Zoom meeting when the whole thing is
Then
actually
is-
allowing you to communicate directly?
Okay,
Like-
so it's basically Zoom
Zoom-
meeting that you're doing.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, is we
Yeah,
a
this
whole lot
one
of
you are
things.
just seeing yourself talking normal from
Mhm.
anywhere.
I think
so
I think you see
no
I think
need
in the near future classes cry normal school, everything. If
You be in your room and
you go to
you
school,
go to
no,
school.
ever do.
So there.
So
It
if
was
I, if I,
nice.
The
if
thing
I,
is that you can't see our current but with the metaverse you have to sit in the
You have
class.
to
So you have
sit
to
inside. Yeah.
so you can't go away.
You can't go out because when you log off, if you turn off your this one, your avatar obviously go away.
Yes.
And your lecturer will know that he's not in class.
okay,
Yeah.
all right. I think that's also a way to check, attendance or something like that.
Yeah.
All right. So when you were talking, you mentioned music concerts or something like that. So I want to find out what is a metaverse event.
So a metaverse event. This is mostly, well, as the name suggests, events on the metaverse are going on. So
Mhm.
for instance, maybe you like this, Mavis, you're on radio right now.
Yeah.
And a metaverse event would be like you choose to be on your virtual this one, and people would log in, check on your event to
Okay.
see that, oh, maybe you want to participate in it and whatnot. When I mentioned it was with relation to musicians. So you know that sometimes musicians go on tours, and then they have a whole platform, whole setup. They come stand on stage and sing, and that is just like the metaverse, but only that it will be in a virtual form. So you see your musician on the stage in his avatar, then you will log in through a portal to his location and join the concert.
Oh, okay.
So you sometimes you'd have to pay for tickets and whatnot, and
I
it
was
will all
about
be
to, I
virtual.
was about to ask you that.
Yes, they have a whole currency or payment platform for all these things. You could use either Bitcoin and whatnot.
Please don't say all of them right now. We'll talk about it another time. Yes.
Okay.
All right.
I want you there, yeah. I want you there with me. Keep your head up, carry us away.
We are talking on the metaverse still, but for the sake of time, since you might not go as far, you know, to the end today, so we'll continue next week. But we have not yet ended. We are still on it. Patrick.
Yeah, so let's look at the uses of the metaverse. What are we going to use it for? So one of the things is virtual business and for e-commerce, for virtual business and e-commerce.
Okay.
So from different activities to e-commerce, everything is possible in the metaverse, as reported by Grayscale. They make reports on metaverse. They said it's estimated that metaverse is having about or it would generate about 1 trillion revenue. I mean, 1 trillion billion. Hey, what am
Hey,
I saying?
please be calming
What
down.
I mean to say is that
Mhm.
I'm too obsessed with the money. I wanted the money. So it's $1 trillion. That's what Metaverse is going to. The opportunity is going to give to people is in excess of $1 trillion.
Wow.
And yes, so today we have companies that are having the virtual shops. One typical company is Obsess. So
Okay.
Obsess is a virtual store platform for experiential e-commerce. They use virtual shopping and AR shopping technology to enable brands and retailers to set up a 3D 360 um 360 digital store on their website. A new virtual sales channel is established through their proprietary virtual reality commerce platform. So what they do is that the shops, you don't see the physical items in the shop.
Mhm.
So you put on your AR or your VR and then you see the items in the metaverse.
Okay.
You select, even if it's a dress, you can wear the dress and
Wow.
check whether it fits you or not. Then you place order for it and then it's delivered. The physical dress is now delivered to you. Hope you get me. So that is what that was going to be one of the use that today. So to the seamstress or to the tailor listening to me, you wouldn't have to worry about you wouldn't have to worry about getting a physical place to start your shop. So instead of you spending 10,000 cedis to get or rent a shop,
Mhm.
you put up a virtual shop.
Yeah.
People come, they don't see your physical dress or anything. They just go through it. They said they like it, you saw
Mhm.
it for them. You
Okay.
don't lose, you get your money, and in excess, you are benefiting more. So this is one of the benefit or I mean the uses of metaverse. So when it's fully in practice, these are some of the things we'll be seeing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I think someone missed a certain part of the show.
Okay.
So the person asked, "Who invented the metaverse?"
So the metaverse is not actually for a person, doesn't belong to a person to say that um, this person invented it or not. But what we know is that there was this science fiction or this science fiction writer who is called Neil Stevenson. I said that earlier on.
Yeah.
So in this book, he he brought the idea of the 3D virtual space.
Okay.
So it is often he's often credited to be one of the people who started
Yeah.
The
it.
metaverse.
Yes, so, but
Okay.
however, we may not say that this person invented having patent on it and now it is open. Everybody is contributing to the development of it. Everybody is contributing to the development of it.
Okay. So we are having some questions from our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
We'll be addressing them shortly.
So there's this from Derek Mazel. It says that is the metaverse going to improve or degrade physical social life? The truth is that yes, that is one of the disadvantage that is going to degrade our social life because everyone would want to
Be in their room and
yes
then go virtual.
and be happy. And
Okay.
in so doing, we are going to get lost on what we are supposed to be doing. Have my friend, even now, our phone, social media now
Mhm.
is even stealing us from to creating better relationships with our family.
Yeah.
People will just be in their house and they'll feel like me, I don't talk
Somebody
to
can
anyone.
stay
I'm in my
in
room,
their
don't
room
come and
from
disturb me. And all
somebody,
they are doing is
somebody can
TikTok.
stay in their room from morning to evening without even stepping out.
Yes, so this is actually going to be, but I think we will be talking more on these ones
Yeah.
I think
those fall under
next week, and
the good things
yeah,
and
the
the
good
bad
thing and the
things of
bad
the
thing of it. So
metaverse.
yeah,
All right.
I think I wanted to add something.
Yes.
Uh, I wanted to say that the whole idea of it ruining physical relationships with people is inevitable. But then the fact of the matter is, even this time, there are people who are still going through this whole relationship and moving their family relationships to these virtual social media platforms. And so, because of being able to, if you complain, if you say, oh, human relationships and whatnot are going to be an issue, you can always move it to the virtual platform. So as far as it's going to be a problem, there's always a solution when it comes to the metaverse. So if you want that, if you feel that it's going to be a problem for you, introduce your family members to this metaverse, and then
If we're not,
we all hang
yeah,
out there,
that's a nice.
because it's virtually another universe.
Yeah.
So you just go there.
Hmm. As for the metaverse, there's so much to talk about it. So please don't worry if you have questions. Next week we'll come back again.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
We'll go into more details next week.
Yeah.
So don't lose hope that we didn't attend to your question or there's some question you have. If you have a question too, you can put it in the comment section. Then next week we address it.
Yeah, sure,
Yeah.
sure. We are going to do that.
All right. So I think so today we are calling it a day for the metaverse. We'll continue next week. We'll continue next week, same time. So don't forget, save the date next week, same time. Yes. So at this juncture, we are going to be looking at a security tip.
So, yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
We are in the maths of security, cyber security
Yes,
awareness.
cybersecurity
So
awareness.
one of the things I'll say is that avoid, or I'm going to talk about password protection. So one, you should avoid oversimplified or very short passwords.
Yeah.
So your password, choose it very well. One thing is that there are some things that you like, let's say you want to
Banco.
buy the banco and those things, and you get it.
Yeah.
They are so easy that you can use them
Mm-hmm.
as your passwords because you don't want to forget them.
Yeah.
Yes, so you someone can easily um surf or sniff on you and get it.
Okay.
So
The way it is easy to use, that's the same way it is easy to guess.
sure.
Okay.
Then always use complex password to protect your devices and data. What I mean by complex here is not that go and write something long that you may forget.
Mm-hmm.
But even if it's just each word, it should include a capital letter,
Mm-hmm.
then other symbols
Mm-hmm.
like full stop, the at sign,
Yeah.
the yes, and mix them. Let it be mixed. Numbers should be inclusive
Okay.
so that you have a stronger password. Yeah, so that is the tip for today. Use a complex password, not too long. There's something I used to do. I think let me share. I have a favorite poem,
Okay.
and that's the poem I use for most of my passwords. I'm
Tell
not
us.
telling you the
Tell us.
poem,
Tell us.
but it's a short poem. So anytime I'm going to enter the password, I go to Wikipedia to copy the whole poem, paste it there, and assign it.
The whole poem.
Yes, that's my
Wow.
password. So
Wow.
Patrick, tell us the point, eh? Tell us.
no, it's a security matter. We don't tell people passwords.
All right, so please, yes,
So,
and that's another thing. No
yes.
matter what, don't tell your password to anyone. Yeah, I mean, no one. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you so much for the tip. So today we look at the metaverse, what it is, the features that we should expect or that is in the metaverse, as well as some benefits of using the metaverse. So next week, same time, we'll be looking at more benefits of using the metaverse and then the bad things and then the good things associated with the metaverse. So next week, same time, we'll meet you. Bye.